But first, let's go ahead and talk about Twitter. Just days before the midterm election, mass layoffs at the San Francisco company. Elon Musk says they're needed to keep the company's long-term finances in order. But former employees are warning the cuts could bring chaos, especially around the elections, because the teams primarily responsible for keeping the platform free of misinformation are being impacted. So now former employees are already fighting back. Lawsuit was just filed last night in anticipation of today's layoffs. It claims Elon Musk and Twitter violated state and federal law. NBC Bay Area's Ian Cole joins us now. Ian, you spoke with attorneys and legal experts all day. What are they telling you?
Yeah, well, Audrey, it all comes down to something called the WARN Act. It's a state and federal law that when large companies are going to lay off a lot of people, they have to give employees 60 days notice. Now, they also have to let the city and state know. They argue Musk didn't do that. The attorney also filed a lawsuit for the same reason against Tesla earlier this year.
We're also looking into how Twitter made the decision about who was going to be laid off. The lead plaintiff in this case appears to have been laid off in retaliation for having helped his coworkers who were very concerned about these layoffs, and he was helping them make sure they were protected.
Okay, so do they have a point? What are other lawyers saying right now?
And that's the question. It's going to have to be decided by a federal judge. NBC News today has talked with multiple employees who got this layoff email that says that their last day working at the company is today, but they'll continue to be paid and get benefits for 3 months. So depending on who you talk to, that would seem to satisfy it. So I asked our legal expert, Dean Johnson.
There may be some technical violations, and you'd have to see exactly how this was done, who notice was given to, what the notice said, when the notices were delivered, and so on. But courts aren't really that thrilled by technical violations, and the real spirit of the WARN Act is to lessen the impact on the employees.
Okay, so Ian, what happens next?
Yeah, well, I spoke with a employment law professor at Santa Clara University about this. He echoed some of the things that Dean Johnson was saying. He expects that the court will act quickly, could make a decision early next week. I want to add something in here, though, Audrey. Just in the last 20 minutes, Elon Musk tweeted out confirming that they were offered 3 months of severance, but he says that which is 50% more than is legally required. You see it at the bottom there. Is that enough to comply? Again, some say yes. Others say possibly not. I have texts out to their attorneys ever since he tweeted that as well. We'll have more coming up at 6 o'clock.
All right, Ian, looking forward to your full story. Thanks so much for that preview. Appreciate it. So our business and tech reporter, Scott Budman, is also tracking the latest on Twitter. He is in San Francisco right now, tracking down some employees who have been laid off and the impact of advertisers who are backing out. Scott will join us with what he's learning in less than 30 minutes.